Okay. Your philosophy in life is one puzzle that takes you to your attitude in life, which is another puzzle, which takes you to activity in life, which is another puzzle, which takes you to the final results, which are huge. I'm a big results guy, which takes you into lifestyle. And there's only one other magic elixir. The bonus is called urgency. So I'm going to hit as hard as I can these 5 puzzles, and then the mixer or the magic, the catalyst, Brandon. The catalyst is the urgency. Okay? All right. To change the effects, you must alter the cause. So many people curse the cause without thinking about the effects. You understand what I'm saying? It's tough. They say, this is bad, when they don't say what caused it. What caused it is bad. This is a result of a cause. That's where you gotta, the effect is what you have to attack. Okay. You're here, for the most part, it tells me you're ready for a new life, change everything. Now, I love successful people that are already successful. We've discussed that. I got 6, 7 guys, been with the company 27 years. He's coming with us. He said, I'm bored. He's very successful, but he's flipping everything. We also encourage people that are successful to do this on the side until they can double or triple or quadruple, or if they have more fun doing this, switch immediately. But we encourage them to just get in the game and start learning it. Okay, so I think you're here for a new life. Now, most people change their life out of desperation or inspiration. I think most people hear inspiration, although I did talk to one person who's desperate. They've lost everything, and I don't know how they got here. Maybe their upline paid for it. Maybe they live local, but they're a mess. I mean, they were crying, came up to me, and I said, your upline and your upline are great people. They're very generous. You're going to have to work for it, but they'll help you change your life. So, Rohn says, and I agree with him, that for 6,000 years, this has been key in determining people's quality and quantity on earth. Their quantity of health, their quantity of happiness, their quantity of money, their quantity of anything and quality of everything is based on these puzzles that we're going to lay out for you. The 6,000 years, that'd be before Jesus. You with me? Not before God. Don't panic. History, The Art of War, Sun Tzu. There's tons of books that are $3,000 and $4,000, 3,000 or 4,000 years old of successful people. And the successful people talk about these pieces to your life. Okay. All right. So philosophy is your first standpoint. So your philosophy has been built by every single thing that has happened in your life. Jake and Frey, where were that couple been? Was it Ethiopia that she went to a seminar? Budapest. So she now has been to Budapest. So the concept of how far something is, like Africa, if you've never been on a 15.5-hour flight, you have no concept. And until you've landed, you got no concept. So if you've been there, you have the concept. If you've never been to, we went to the largest, what do they call that in Africa, Spencer, where they had the shacks, Jane? The largest homeless, the largest slum in the world. We went in there with 2 bodyguards with machine guns, fully loaded, fully automated machine guns. And I was pretty fired up until I I handed Spencer my camera and said, take a picture of me with his machine gun. I said, hey, let me hold your machine gun for a minute. He said, here. And I was like, oh, God, these people. He's let me give me a machine gun. It was unbelievable. Until you've experienced that, you don't think it's real. So, books you've read, your daddy, my wife will tell you, when I walk towards the refrigerator, I start thinking what I'm going to get before I open it. Because my daddy said, close that refrigerator, boy. You let all the air come out, got to cool it down. It's costing us money. As a matter of fact, when Jane remodeled our house, she put glass doors in the refrigerator so I could stand outside of it and look at it and not cost money and not have anxiety for holding it open. But that's my philosophy on life, money. So I first heard this when I was 27 years old, and I heard it and I went, I've got to change my philosophy on a lot of things, like how to build a business, ROI, return on your investment, getting mad at your children over spilling milk or spilling ink or just messing up the carpet. And I never forget sitting there going like, you don't have to get mad at them when they break something if it's an accident. You do accidents and you don't get mad at yourself. You don't beat yourself. You don't suspend yourself or nothing. You just say something like, everybody makes mistakes. So if your kid makes a stupid mistake, it's a different philosophy. So everything in your life comes from a philosophy. This one seems crazy, but everybody is basically going to deal with the same stuff. No, you didn't have this kind of cancer. No, you didn't have this kind of accident. No, you didn't have this kind of daddy. No, you didn't have this kind of mama. No, I'm like, oh, whatever. I know it sounds bizarre, but if you're sailing on a ship, everybody's dealing with different winds, but somebody wins. And why is it the guy that's born with one arm and no legs is world famous and makes $1 million plus in speaking? Why is that? Because everybody has the same stuff. It's how you set the sail. It's how you adjust for the circumstances. How do you use your situation? You could call it a disability, your cancer, your mama story, your daddy's story. You know how many famous people make up stories how they were treated by their parents, and it's not even true. How do you know this? I read books, and they say that they just told themselves this story, and they tell everybody this story, and then they go with that. So here's the decision. People think it's a good idea to beat their hell out of the kids based on something. They think it's good to praise them. Here's one. Your kid does something really good, you got a choice. You say, you're really a genius. You're smart. You're born talented. Me and Jane were taught before we had kids to never say that about our kids. We were taught that was the dumbest thing to say. What do you say? You go, you worked really hard. I remember you coming in early. I remember you studying it. You might not be smart as everybody else, but you're certainly work harder. We sold them on work. We sold them on traveling. We sold them on experiences. I remember one time Spencer said, people know more about, I don't know if he used the word geography, but people know more of us about geography, but we've been here. And we know what the food's like, and we know what the landscape, and we know what the people are like. We don't care about the books. We've been there. Your philosophy is determined by everything that's ever happened in your life. Okay. So situation. Responsibly and quickly make a decision. There's a breakout. You know how many people couldn't decide, got to the breakout, and it was full? decided slow, and they're in the back of the room. They made a decision, they just made it slow. The quicker you make the quality decision, the better price you get. The better quality you get, the better quantity you get. Sucker, you made a quick decision, sucker. You with me? Is it a quick decision and you're to your advantage? Or it's a quick decision, thank you, quick decision, and it was right. How do you get in a good decision-making mood? A good decision. The books you read, if you've read 1,000 books versus a person that's never read a book. 10 books. If you're reading every night 15 minutes, who you hang around. If you're hanging around dum-dums, and I've told people, I've got family that I will not hang around, period. I can't afford for that thought process to be in my head. I have family that I limit, or I only see them around groups of people. That way I got a real good excuse. I can walk over here. And then I've got ones that I love so much, I give them one-on-one time for up to 15 minutes. I just love them so much. I'd kill for them, but I'm not going to kill myself. So more than 15 minutes, I might. It's a very deliberate approach based on history. So I hang around Bryan Adams. I hang around Hubert Humphrey. I hang around Bob King. That's a good one, my attorney. I hang around John Roberts, my accountant. The people you hang around, you learn stuff, and it's in your head. And then when the time comes, you make a decision. It's kind of like me and you are Jake. It's just my philosophy, but the philosophy pays. I can argue my philosophy. Most people can't defend their philosophy. They can't defend where they stand. So you try to have an objective view on your decision-making processes in the past. So where you are is based on those decisions. Some of those decisions were dumb. Some of them were dumb and you don't know it yet because it takes time for it to catch up. You made smart decisions. A lot of things I'm doing is things I didn't think about, but you guys becoming partner had to do with decisions that we made last year as a company that put me in a better leverage position to get Brian to do what I want him to do. Those who do not learn from their mistakes of the past are condemned to repeat them. Okay, here's a thought process I've heard. I don't get paid fair at work. She's making 75, I'm making 60, so I have a plan. I will pout, and I will leave earlier from work, and I feel better because now I'm not working as much as her, and I'm getting paid as less. So that makes sense. It's very logical, makes perfect sense. I got another idea. Curse out the boss and explain to him how he's stupid. Yeah. And share I have multiple situations where a person's in control that I'm dealing with them and I disagree. But I'm not going to put my finger close to their nose because I know I've done that. And I'm not going to do it. I'm trying to figure out how to flank them. I'm trying to figure out to get my allies. And we're going to negotiate this thing, but not today. But this 60,000 versus 75 has all of a sudden gets fired. Don't get a promotion, and it gets worse. So what do? They double down on the poutedness. They double down on the poutiness. And then they start complaining to other people about their dumb boss. And then it gets back to their boss. And they're shocked that they don't get a promotion and get equal pay based on their what they did. They're shocked. It's poor decision making because of their philosophy of life. From philosophy, we go to attitude. Philosophy is logical. Attitude is emotional. So I always call it the math, although I know my attitude is right up in there. Here's an attitude. I will do more than I'm paid to do. I will come in early. I will outwork the $75,000 one, even though I'm 60. I'm a lower pay, but I will outwork them. I know that this works. I've seen it in the past. I'm happy about it because I can see into the future of how it's going to happen working. So my emotional is happiness, and my logic is it's worked in the past. So right attitude moves mountains. Wrong attitude crushed by a grain of sand. Excited about the future, believe in the future, know it's going to happen, don't care, believe in Jesus, believe in planting seeds. I'm going to get it. It's going to happen. Nothing stops me. I think of so many examples. See, one of the people that I can't hang around more than 15 minutes tells me the funniest jokes that I can't tell ever. And I always think about them right in the middle of my talks. But it had to do with a person playing golf. And it was raining, and he got hit in the head by something else. It's funny. Nope. Okay. Your past is education. Your now is opportunity, and your future is your attitude and your dream. The brighter the dream, the more vivid it is in your mind, the better your attitude and logic. The more you look at your history objectively, and knowing this caused it. I said something to Adam. Adam asked me to do something. I said, you brought it on yourself. Your past brought you to now. Live with it. Remember that? I was like, you saw it coming. You saw it coming. I'm sorry. I tried to warn you. Here it is. Today we got to pay. We got to pay the piper today. The question is, a year from now, we're going to have to deal with the same junk over and over again. All right. Today does not care about yesterday's failures or abuses. It only gives you opportunity to experience something different. Now don't care. Now gives you 1440 minutes, 86,400 seconds to make objective decisions so that the future is different than the history. Why do people curse the past? Or why do people curse the future and blame it on the past? That's not the way it works. You got to change what you're doing to change the future. And books and who you hang out with, your decision, I'm telling you, Jane will tell you, I've been freaking out reading this book. And it's old as hell. It's Jim Rohn. You can't get it. Missy got them all. All right. So your dream, if you think about your dream, then you make decisions. You're here because your dream outweighed the money and the difficulties and your spouses. I'm just thinking about the decision that Spencer made. And I don't know his whole process, but I've witnessed is we had a private jet leaving Burlington, and him and his mommy are texting. I'm not involved because I do not need to be involved. My history tells me don't get involved. And it's how sick he is, because I'm a non-sick person, right? Like, I don't believe in it. He's so sick, he can't get on a private jet and come out here. That's pretty sick. And he's talking about how he wants to be there but can't. So my strategy was 3 words. I love you. That was my strategy. It's my child. It's not you. It's not a cousin or some cold contact or 5 and deep. It's my child. Jane said he really wants to go. I said, well, I really want to be there. And she's like, I could just feel her. I could feel her saying, I know what you're thinking. But she didn't say it based on history. I don't know. She didn't say it. I wasn't thinking nothing. I'll tell you what I was thinking about is people, I got to get to this convention. He decided that he felt good enough to jump on a commercial jet this morning. This decision in the now is going to be his past. And he is going to make decisions based on that past decision. And that past decision is going to help him make decisions that drive other people's decisions, that drive their future, if they'll get the dream bigger than the problem. Bill Brett told me one time, he said, if the dream's big enough, the facts don't count. And if the dream is the size of a pea, a marble conflict will crush it. Small dreams, small things crush it. When the promise is clear, the price is easy. When the promise is clear enough. How about this one? We become a powerful force when each of us understands how powerful all of us are, and when all of us understands how important each of us is. If I have this conversation one more time, which I know I'm going to have 1,000 more times, I don't think I really need the events. We really need you because you're important. No, I'm not. You're going to carry on without me. Bro, when you understand how important you are to the team, you won't let the team down. When you understand how important the team is to you, you won't let you down. You'll be a part of a team because you're going to need help. I've been there, done that. That's why I'm not going to ever get in somebody's face that's more powerful than me, because I'm going to need them later, and I don't want to use up my cards and their forgiveness. They forgive me. I don't need that. I want them to use their energy to bless me. You see what I'm saying, dude? I'm like, they're bigger than me. They can crush me or bless me. That's why sometimes people look at me and say, you look like a little something brown right there. I say, yeah, I hit up Brian's butt the other day. I ain't got it quite clean yet. You don't believe in sucking up, do you? What, you think I'm stupid? I got a philosophy about it. Yeah. You don't have to have my philosophy. You don't have to have my happiness. You don't have to have my success. You don't have to have my family. You don't have nothing. I don't care. Like it's the craziest thing. Like, I can't be mad. I don't have the energy to be mad about your stupidity. I can't. But I can say, get this book, read it, understand it. All right, so the first thing is you begin understanding how special you are to be here. To me, either Spencer decided he needed a team, or he decided his team needed him, or he decided he was special. I will say, Sarah, what's your name? Pablo. I mean, I've gotten really good at guessing, but I'm not going to do it in front of 2,000 people. It would be bad. Pablo, for whatever reason, you decided to be here. Thank you for making that decision. You're special. You're needed. And the team needs you. And they need your story. And one day, the team's going to be there for you. As a matter of fact, anybody knows y'all's story, if a person shows up in Mississippi, California, Houston, they're going to try to do anything to tell them how great y'all are. But it's hard to tell your story when you ain't there to tell your story. You got to start making decisions. 3 decisions about the people hang around. One is, who are they? What can they do for you? What can they do against it? How can they hurt you? How can they help you? What's the situation? And then you got to make a decision. Less time there, more time here. Because more positive goes in, more opportunity goes in, more happiness goes in. Eeyore people, gloomy people are bad to hang around. But everybody deserves it. Okay, there's 10 people that deserve it. They all deserve it. Discriminate, judge, make a decision about your life to hang around the most upbeat and positive people in life. And it is weird because it is subtle. Influence is subtle. You don't realize it, what's happening. I say things now, and they come out of my mouth, and I go, you sound just like Laverne Albright. And like, you can't say that again. Like, that's going to get you sued. Okay. %80 of the people don't matter. 20% make all the difference. What if you could upgrade all the people you hang around so that 20% becomes 50% instead of 20 moves up to 50? So you start eliminating people that are hurting and increasing people that are helping. Books that help, audios that help, seminars that help, conventions that help. We're going to sell tickets to our next convention called Stage Success. And some people are going to decide poor quality. And some people are going to decide slow. Get your mind made up when that opportunity arises, and we will sell it out. When that opportunity arises, make a decision, make a quality decision, and let's move on. Personal obsession. Let your personal obsession become you getting better and the people around you getting better. This quote's not on there, but I think it's a good one. Your worst days of self-development will be better than the best days of those not working on personal development. Your attitude is every single thing in your life, and you decide what it is. All right, so we did philosophy, we did attitude, now we're in activity. So you take your philosophy, which is your logic, and you put it with your emotion, and that determines your activity. And your activity can be quality, and it can be a lot. Am I ratio yet? What burns my butt? A flame about this high and unused potential. People that have the talent, skill set, height, color, languages, all the assets they got,